I want to bring in now former U.S. Navy JAG officer, former federal prosecutor. Our good friend Don Brown is back with us tonight. Don, welcome.
Good to be here, Grant. Thanks for having me.
All right, Don, you've been in and around the courts. What does this mean for Virginia? So if Ken Cuccinelli says they don't have any recourse, they have to go back to the old map?
Right. Well, you teed this up pretty well. There are 6 New England states up there that have 21 Democrat congressmen and not one Republican. And that includes Massachusetts, which is about 40%. Look at Maine and New Hampshire, about 46% Republican. The Democrats have been up to these shenanigans for years. And now that the Supreme Court is moving away from race-based gerrymandering, you can't do it anymore. The Democrats got so desperate in Virginia, they violated their own constitution on 2 fronts. Number one, they come up with this wording in this vote that they had amongst the people saying, would you like the General Assembly to be able to restore fairness to congressional lines? So it's totally ambiguous, and they did not give themselves enough time. They're supposed to give themselves 90 days under the Virginia Constitution. Ken Cuccinelli is on mark. This is unconstitutional under that Constitution from the beginning. The Circuit Court struck it down. The Virginia Supreme Court struck it down today. And so it's been a good couple of weeks for fairness in congressional election maps with the Supreme Court's case last week of Calais versus Louisiana and Abbott versus Lulac out of Texas. When the Republicans now start to do what the Democrats have done for many, many years, they cry wolf, but it's just too bad. Equal protection clause prevents racial gerrymandering in districts, and I'm glad to see some positive news come out of Washington for a change.
What do you think will happen in Tennessee if Tennessee Republicans do this to go to a 10-1, I guess is what they were saying? What will happen in Tennessee? Will that hold up, or will the courts rule against Republicans like they did Democrats?
Well, you look to the 2 significant cases coming out of SCOTUS just last week, Calais v. Louisiana. 2024, a judge tried to force the Louisiana legislature to draw another map, an African-American map based upon race. SCOTUS shot that down in a 6-3 decision. You can't draw maps based upon race. But the Constitution of the United States has a thing called the Time, Place, and Manner Clause. That's Article 1, Section 4, Clause 1, giving the states the right, the legislatures, the right to draw the maps however they want to draw the maps. And if those Tennessee lines are not drawn racially, they're going to hold, just like Texas is now holding, just like Louisiana's holding, like Florida's going to hold. North Carolina's making some changes. And so I think the Tennessee legislature can do what it wants to do under the federal Constitution.
I said 10-1 just to correct myself. It's 9-0 in Tennessee. And look, this gets back to what I've always said. Elections have consequences. And you vote people in office, they have a right to draw the lines. You want to change it, elect somebody else in the next time they draw the lines, or move to a different state. You still have choices. It's not like you don't have a choice. Don, I'll ask you this last question. You were in a tough race yourself. Do you feel good now? Does this help us in the midterms with what we're seeing across the country?
Well, I think so. I think we're going to pick up, as I mentioned to someone the other day in another interview, I think it's going to give us an opportunity, probably the best opportunity, to hold the House of Representatives. We may pick up as many as 11 votes when you look at Texas with possibly 5, Florida with 4, North Carolina's going to pick up 1 or 2. There in Tennessee, it's trending in the right direction. And fair is fair. If the Democrats can do this with their legislatures in the Northeast and in California, we can do it in red states as well. I think it's a positive sign. We get gas prices down a little bit and get these redrawns thrown. We're going to be in good shape, I think.
I think you're right. Don Brown, always great to see you. Have a good weekend, my friend.
You too. Thank you, Grant.